Hello everyone, I'm X13 and welcome back to the Aeroteam YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to build the General Dynamics F-16 Fighting Falcon, or the Viper, in 1.5:1 scale. Now this build is in 1.5:1 scale, which means that 1 meter in real life equals exactly 1.5 blocks in Minecraft. This aircraft will scale perfectly with all of our other 1.5:1 tutorials on the channel, as well as your own 1.5:1 scaled builds. As always, this aircraft does make use of our very own Aeroteam texture pack. A download link to the latest version, which is currently pre-release number 2, can be found on our website aeroteam.org. If you can't download the pack for whatever reason, I'll be giving some tips to convert the aircraft to default throughout the video. However, keep in mind that this aircraft was designed in the pack, so it might look a little bit odd without it. Before we get started, if you're enjoying our videos, please subscribe. It really helps us out and you'll never miss a new video. As for dimensions, this aircraft is 24 blocks long, 15 blocks wide, and 9 blocks tall. Let's get started. Alright, to get started with the F-16, first we're just going to come down to wherever you want the nose gear to be, and we're going to come up 2 blocks, and then 1 forward with a stone top slab, and you can delete those 2 right there. Now, if you do have Rolled Edit installed, this is going to be where we're going to put the navigation lights on, which I think is the first tutorial where the nav lights are not on the actual sides of the wings. So if you don't have Rolled Edit, you can just ignore this, but if you do, just place any sort of temporary block, take a stick, type /rebel0, and then in the Aeroteam texture pack, we have red and green buttons. The red ones are on the dark oak button, and the green ones are on crimson. So place a dark oak button on the left side here, looking like this, and a green one on this side. Now we just place 2 temporary blocks on both sides of the slab. Left click on the button, and then just right click over here, and left click on the green button, and just like so. And there you go. That's just the bottom of the intake. Coming back, take your smooth stone slabs and just place 3 top slabs back from that. Now we're going to take our stone slabs out again and place 6 back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then get your spruce trapdoors, which is a stone texture in the pack, and place 3 of those coming back from that. Now for the ventral fins on the bottom side of the F-16, you can just come back to the this first trapdoor here, and just place a temporary block here. Then you can place a crimson fence gate, which is a stone texture in the pack in front, and then another temporary block behind that. And we're going to do that on both sides. So 2 temporary blocks, and then that crimson trapdoor right there. Or sorry, not trapdoor, fence gate. Now, if you get your mossy stone brick wall, which again is a stone texture in the pack, if you place a sort of 2x3 like this, if you have Rolled Edit, again, what you can do is take this bottom one here, the bottom middle, which is the full wall with no extrusions or anything. Left click on that and paste that into the middle right here. And then you can just place a fence gate to the side of the wall, and if you don't know, this actually lowers the fence gate slightly, and then we can just paste this over like so. As you can see, the fence gates are slightly lower on the back than the front. Now, if you don't have Rolled Edit for this, I would just advise just using like 3 trapdoors here, or sorry, not trapdoors, 3 fence gates just through here, and you'll lose a little bit of the shaping, but it'll be, it'll give the same idea. So that's all for layer 1. Okay, for layer 2, first let's just come down to this first stone slab here, and just place an iron bar on top of this. Now to either side, place an upside down stone stair facing sideways. And if you do have Rolled Edit, you can replace this kind of iron bar that's been folded out on the other side with just the straight up one. If you don't have a Rolled Edit, just leave this out. This is, there's a small like pole kind of thing, I guess would be the best way to describe it, that goes like from the top to the bottom of the intake. I believe it's like I think it's to like prevent icing or something, but I'm not, actually it might be like a stator vane, but I really don't know. But that's just a small representation of that. Coming forward from that, you are going to have 4 stone slabs, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to take your polished black stone brick slab just kind of like a, I think this is an edited texture. It's like some gray bricks. Come forward with one of those, and then 2 dark oak trapdoors, which are again like kind of a dark gray brick texture. Out to either side here, we're first just going to take a trapdoor here. Or sorry, actually going to do a slab, then a trapdoor. Do the same on both sides here, just like so. And then we are going to go behind, on top of these nose gear doors, take out your white materials. We're going to start with a birch trapdoor right here, which is a white wool texture. This is a carpet in vanilla. And then 2 purple slabs. You can just use quartz in vanilla. Then a block of quartz. And then if you're going to build this with the gear up, it doesn't really matter. If you're building it with the gear down, you can just place 3 walls in here for now, and we'll get to that later. And then we're going to have a quartz block behind that. Just replace that so it looks like that. Behind that, get out your stone brick stairs. Place 1 facing forward like so. Then just 3 blocks of white wool. Then we're going to have get out your stone again, along with polished andesite piston and a lever. Back from this white wool here, just a full block of stone, 1 polished andesite, and then just place a temporary block here. I'm just going to place another polished andesite. And if you have rolled edit, I would just recommend taking like a cobblestone slab, like a top slab, and putting it here. If you do have rolled edit, just put a temporary block here. Come up a few blocks, you can place an upside down piston. There we go. Take a lever and extend that. And what you can actually do is just left click on the base of the piston here and replace that over. And that just allows the piston to be slightly smaller, so it gives a good indication of the variable geometry exhaust on the back of the F-16. Now, coming out to the side here, we are going to get out our smooth sandstone stairs and all of our stone materials. Coming from the back here, we're just going to take a trapdoor and place that out to either side. Then come forward with 1 top slab, and then we're going to take 5 stone stairs. This might mess this up, so I'm just going to replace that over real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, it does so. Just redo that, and then just get another fence gate here, and replace that over. What's this there? Now, after these 5 stairs, you're going to take smooth sandstone stairs, and just place 3 of those coming forward. These are for the main geared doors. And now we're going to take 4 more stairs and just connect these together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's for a row of a total of 5. We can do that on both sides here. So starting from the back, you got the trapdoor slab, and then you're going to have 5 stairs coming forward. Let me just get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'll just replace these over again. 3 smooth sandstone stairs, and then 4 more stone stairs to connect that to that first one. And there we go. That's it for layer 2. Okay, continuing on with layer 3. First, we can just come up to this first trapdoor here and place another dark oak trapdoor on top of it. And coming forward from that, you're going to want to place a light gray carpet here. Now you can do that with a barrier block below it or something like that. I am just going to use a little world edit again and just delete that block below it with not updating this. But yeah, it's just a light gray carpet right there. Coming back from that, we're now going to have 1 polished blackstone brick slab and then 1 polished blackstone brick stair. If you do have world edit, you can place a stone button on either side of the stair. Like before, just a full block on either side here, and we can just replace over a button. Coming back from this, we're going to have 6 blocks of stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're going to get a stone button here and just place it on the side of this. And then a stone button on top. Make sure it's facing this direction and not this one. That's for certain... Now, again, this starts going into what variant of the F-16 you're going to be building is. The one that this is based off here is... I based it off of, when I built this, a U.S. Air Force F-16 CJ Block 50 or Block 52. Now, some of these have these little antennas up here. I forget what they actually are. I think they're VHF antennas. Some of them do not. So just make sure, depending on which military you're building this from and what block you're going to build it, check if they have these antennas or not, because certain ones do not. Okay, moving on. Just a button on either side on that block again. Coming back 2 blocks, you can get a polished blackstone button and just place that here, and I believe that is on both sides. Coming back on this first slab, place a spruce trapdoor, then a stone slab, and do that on both sides as well. And now we're going to switch to diorite. So again, as I said, it kind of depends on what version and variant of the F-16 you're building. This livery that I'm doing it in now is based off a pretty common USAF version. However, depending on what country you're doing it from, it may or may not be in this livery, so just check that. But if it's not, you can just replace all these darker gray with the light gray or whatever livery you're going to be doing it in. So coming to the top here, we're just going to place a forward-facing diorite stair, and then corner that back with one behind. Before we go any further, let's just get out purpur stairs and a purpur slab. Place an upside-down purpur stair right here, and then a purpur top slab there. That's just continuing sort of the intake. And then before I forget, also take a birch trapdoor and place that on top of those 3 right there. Coming back now from these stairs, these will be the first 2 out of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's on both sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming in here, well, first we will get out your smooth sandstone stair again. And place one of those on the other side. This is just for the USAF logo, so depending on what version you're building, it might not have it here. Get out your white wool and polished basalt. From this stair, come in one with the white wool, come one forward with that, and then place a polished basalt to the side like this. This is a pretty good representation of like a fan blade here. That's for the engine in the F-16. Coming back from that, I'm going to have 2 full blocks of diorite, and then 2 diorite slabs at either side. Then get out your polished andesite and piston again, along with a lever. And I actually needed that trapdoor. Place trapdoors on top of those stone trapdoors right there. Polished andesite right there, and then this might update this. We'll see. Yeah. So I'm going to have to do this again. You place a top piston and a bottom-facing piston. Power both of these. And then we can just replace these over. And that is the variable geometry exhaust for the afterburner of the F-16. And that will, I believe, actually there's one more thing. For the gun on the side of the fuselage right here, this is only going to be on the left side here, the port side. Just place a temporary block on this first stair, stone button, and just replace that over. And that's just, oops, just a little bit too. And that's just a representation of the gun port. Alright, that's it for layer 3. Okay, continuing with layer 4. We're almost done here. Basically, the only thing left is the canopy and a little bit of the top of the fuselage. So coming down to this first stone block without a button on it, just place one nether brick slab here, and a full block behind it. Now you're going to get your red glazed terracotta, and in the Aeroteam pack, this is a either half black, half stone, or a half black, half like a light blue wood. And we're only interested in the one that's stone on the bottom and black wall on the top. So just figure out which orientation of placing it is the correct one for you. For me, it's facing forward, but depending on what direction you're building the aircraft in, it might be different. We're just going to place 3 of these coming back. Now go to your acacia sign, which is a black sign in the pack. And these first 2 on both sides, you're just going to place signs on either side. And then technically this would be layer 5, but it's only like 2 blocks, so we'll just put it here. Just 2 acacia trapdoors on top of there, and that's the canopy. This is the single seater version of the canopy. We might do like a conversion tutorial in the future for like a dual seater conformal fuel tank, extra like avionics version like the Israeli Air Force uses, I believe. But currently this is just the single seater version. Coming back from this, just take your diorite slabs and place 2 of these on top of those purple blocks. Then take 1 dark oak trapdoor, just place that there. Now just take 2 jungle trapdoors, place those. Those are for the refueling port. And then just 1 diorite trapdoor. And that'll be it for the fuselage. Okay, continuing on, we're going to do the vertical stabilizer. So coming down to just this hole right here in front of the polished basalt, and back from this diorite trapdoor, just come back with 1 stone slab here. And back from that, a stone stair, and then 1 block of stone. On either side of that block of stone, place a stone button. And then come back 3 more stone blocks, 1, 2, 3. And place an upside down stone stair. On the back of this, we're going to place a stone button. However, not to mess this up, I don't want to place a temporary block here. So instead, what we're going to do is come out to the back here, place a stone button here, and then with a, you can type / wand to get this and roll at it. It's left click and right click this button, and then facing in the direction that you want it to go, type / move, and it should be 2. And there we go. Just moves it onto the back there. Okay, continuing on. We're first going to come back to here, this second stone block, the first one without the buttons, and get at your stone stairs. Just place 1 there. Now come back 2 blocks of stone, and then we're going to get at your fire coral fan, and just place it right here on the side. So this is a stone vertical slab in the pack. If you are not in the pack, just place a stone wall right there, and it'll do sort of the same effect. Coming back from this, again, this is in the USAF livery, so a lot of them have this like little stripe here, but again, depends on what version you're building. Place a diorite stair, and then 2 blocks of diorite, and then on both sides, just place 2 buttons right there. Then now come up again with your stone stair on top of that diorite block, 1 block of stone, and then another fire coral or block, stone wall right there. Stone button on top, and that will do it for the vertical stabilizer. Okay, now for the horizontal stabilizers, these are extremely easy. I think they're like 10 blocks in total. You're just going to come down to this last stone stair right here, and just place a diorite slab coming off of this, and come 4 blocks back, so that should be 4 in total. Come down 1, and place 3, so you're like this, and then with your dark oak trapdoors, come down again, and 2. And that's it. And that just pretty well shows off like the anhedral of the horizontal stabilizer, but that is it. Okay, now for the wings, these are incredibly simple on this aircraft. With your spruce trapdoors, just come back to this second row of stairs right behind this button, and on the stone stair, place a spruce top trapdoor. Come back one, then out diagonally one, and then come out two, three, and four. On that fourth one, come out horizontally, and then come one forward and back two. So that should be a row of four, and then just come in straight. Just like so. Now, the wings are slightly, just because of the livery, they're not entirely the same. But for this wing, we can just fill this all in with trapdoors. Just like so. Now for the top layer, get out your gray carpet, and just fill in out to here, this last row with carpet, just like this. Then for these last two trapdoors here, place another spruce trapdoor on top. Now if you're building the USAF livery, just delete this trapdoor, or sorry, carpet right there, and replace it with a light gray carpet. Now the wings are small, so I'm just going to build it on both sides. Again, on this second stair right here, two spruce trapdoors, then out 4, 2, 3, and 4. Then come forward 1 diagonally, and then back 2, and then we're just going to come in all the way. Just like so. Again, fill this with trapdoors, like so. And again, all gray carpet. And then spruce trapdoors on the back two right here. And again, if you're in the USAF livery, we're not going to put a light gray carpet on the top, but in that same space, we're going to put a dark oak trapdoor on the bottom here. And that's, again, for the same logo, but they only have them on the top and bottom once. So that is it for the wings. Okay, so if you'd like to include some simple missiles and such on your aircraft, you can do that. I've included a few here. You don't have to. The F-16s do fly in this fully clean configuration with no pylons or anything pretty often. But it's pretty common that you'll see at least a couple of these things that I built out here on the aircraft. So I'm just going to show you how to build those right now. So we just have a, this is a, I believe, 500-gallon fuel tank here. This is a AGM-88 HARM missile. This is an AIM-9X Sidewinder, and this is an AIM-120 AMRAAM on the tip pylons. Now, it is pretty common that you'll see them with like just the AIM-120s on the side, and you can mix and match whatever it like. You can find a lot of stuff. This isn't everything that they fly. There's bombs and other missiles and such, but this is kind of just a fairly, as far as I can tell, standard one that I wanted to include. So, to get started with that, we can first start with the AIM-120 out here. So first, we're just going to get our crimson fence gates. And let's see here. A spruce sign. And then on the server, we have a head database plugin. So if you type in, if you're building this on the server, you do /HDB search. And then I think I just looked up quartz. And if you go through a couple pages here, I think I used this one. It's block ID that. I don't know if you can read that or not, but I am just going to use the one that I already found here. So I'm just going to grab that one. So, to begin here, you can just delete these 4 right here and replace those with crimson fence gates. On the back, put a spruce sign that kind of represents the little fins on the back. I couldn't find a way to put on the ones in the middle. And then put a quartz block head just on the back there. And that's it for the Sidewinder. I do believe I also, yes, so if you want to get a wall, and you can replace these fence gates over with the lowered ones, which just makes it look a little bit better, I think. That's for the AMRAM, and it's pretty common that you'll see they'll just be with those. Next, for the wing tanks, which is also pretty common, you can get a stone stair. Actually, let's get this from here. Stone stair, slab, and a trapdoor. We're going to have to delete some of the bottom of the wing here to fit this in. So we just take out, I believe, these trapdoors right here. That should be the second layer out. And just replace these with stone stairs facing outwards, which we're not going to be able to do easily, at least without world edit. So I'm just going to replace these over. Just like so. And this first one, you just corner like that. Coming forward from that, you're just going to take a stone slab and then a spruce trapdoor, and same thing on the bottom. So a spruce trapdoor, stone slab, and then run this all the way back. At the back here, we can actually just delete that right there and replace that with a slab, and delete this and replace it with a spruce trapdoor. And that will do it for the wing tank. Coming out to the more outboard pylons here, for the AGM-88 here, we are going to skip this trapdoor layer and then break these ones along here. I think just these first three, and place stairs along there like so. So we just have two regular ones and then one cornered. For this one, we're going to get our jungle fence gates, and I believe, yeah, our white jungle signs, and that quartz block head again. For this, we can just come place fence gates under each of these, along with one in front, and the quartz block head in front. I didn't lower these because it looks a little bit weird not touching this. And then I'm just going to place one jungle sign behind that. And that's the AGM-88 harm. And then for the most outboard pylon, kind of had to fit it in real tight here, get a crimson fence gate and a, actually I'm just going to copy it from the ventral fin, this stone brick wall here that's been like altered like so. Just replace this secondary one with that wall, and then a fence gate right there. Actually, that should be a lowered fence gate. So get a wall here, place a fence gate next to that, and then just replace that over like so. This might do something when I touch it, so be careful. Now just place a crimson fence gate under that, and then come forward two right here. So 1, 2, and 3. Should be 3 fence gates long. Then just get a, I don't know what block ID this is, but it's just the vanilla dark grays head. If you can find one that looks like this for the tip of the AIM-9X. Place one there. And then we're just going to get our spruce sign again and place that on the back. And that'll be it for all the armaments. You can switch these around and switch like what each pylon is carrying. That's kind of the basic locations of each pylon, but they do switch up like actually what goes on each all the time. So it is not at all rare that this is not what they're carrying. But yeah, that will do it for the armament. Okay, so now for the landing gear. First, we can just delete these 3 stone slabs right there. And then on the starboard side here, the right side, place 3 jungle trapdoors and just flick those down. And that should be only be on that side. The F-16 only has like a single gear door, so it only opens on this side. Now we can delete this block here and the block under that, and if we just get a slab, doesn't matter what kind, You can do a /summon command to put a nose wheel there. So what we're going to do is just come to the center of the block here, which I believe is right here. Type /summon armor stand, and then pick those coordinates right there. And now I have a player head like wheel model. I don't know where we actually got this. You can probably find one that's pretty similar to it, or this exact one. Just place that there, and then just /stack the block that was there. Now, for the landing gear strut, we're going to use a little bit of roll edit here because we can't actually place a block like in this head. So just place 2 fence gates right here, get a wooden axe as a wand, and just move this first one here over one, like so. So it's got the little struts out the back. Now we can get a quartz stair, place one upside down facing forward, like so. And then a jungle fence gate, just like that, to put a little bit more of the landing gear strut right there. And that's it for the nose gear. So now coming back to the main gear, these are a little bit more complicated. Delete these 3 stairs on both sides here. And first, what we can do is just edit these walls a little bit if you have rolled edit. So if you don't have rolled edit, oops, just roll those down, you can just place those right there, and that's fine. However, in real life, the F-16 has like a little small holes and like struts and such coming off of this like kind of center pylon, so I tried to represent that as best as possible. So first off, what we can do is just place a wall out to either side here on the front. And then if you do have roll edit, we can replace that center wall by placing a top T like this that doesn't have the one on the back like so. I'm just replacing, oops, taking that and replacing this one here. There should be a little hole in between those right there. Now, if you don't, that's a really small detail, does not matter, but just for a little bit of extra detail, it's kind of nice to have. Now we can get out a lever. Let's see here, lever, fire coral fan, your fence gates, and these. Okay, so now, taking a lever, we can just place those facing out on either side here. Sorry, facing out. That should be in the middle block. And then get a jungle fence gate and place that and just open that inwards. Again, on both sides. So that's most of the actual inside of the gear bay. Now for the actual landing gear, we're first going to place a fence right here, and then a fence gate coming forward from that like so. We can replace this fence if you do have rolled edit, so that it connects inwards here. So just place a small thing like this. Just replace that over, like so. Now, if you place a temporary block just right here, place a lever right there, and then a dead fire coral fan, and just replace that over for the actual wheel. If you don't have the pack or world edit, you can just use a wall here, like a blackstone wall. Should kind of have the same sort of idea, or just a full block. Now for the gear doors. We're just going to come up to these 3 trapdoors here and knock those out as well. Get a smooth sandstone slab, or sorry, smooth sandstone stair, and place those upside down facing inwards like this. Then at the back 2, we're going to place crimson fence gates like so. And that'll do it for the port side here. So we can do the same thing over here. Just going to delete this. So again, jungle fence gate here, the jungle fence and jungle fence gate. We replace that with the one that is this little inner part here. Again, just any temporary block right there with a lever. Actually, that won't work. With a and then dead fire coral fan. Replace that over. And then for this side doesn't have any armament on it, so if you didn't build it with that, it should look like this. Again, just delete these three right here. Get your smooth sandstone stairs. Again, place those facing upside down and inwards like so. And then your crimson, fence gates like this. Okay, it fix itself. But yeah, that will do it for the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Congratulations on completing this Aeroteam tutorial. Thanks for choosing an Aeroteam video. I really hope you enjoyed it. You're free to use this aircraft in any public project as long as you give the Aeroteam proper credit. That can just be in the form of a sign near the build saying that we designed it. If you did build this tutorial, please let us know by tagging us on Twitter at AeroteamMC or share it with us in our Discord linked in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. We do all sorts of Minecraft tutorials and showcases, and you can be the first to see them when they come out. Again, I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm X13, and thanks for watching.